Guys, welcome back to my channel Vikrant the Rising Star. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make Pokemon. So this is my book which I have made. I got some Pokemon packs and then I put those stickers. I got Surging Sparks. So here whatever I cut them out, I kept it like this. As you can see, this is open, but the only good thing is that in the middle you can open like this. So in here I have a surprise for you guys. So today we are going to make Radiant Charizard versus a Charmander. So all the way up, not almost all the way up, little bit down of the Charizard version to the smallest version of the Charizard, like evolution. So let's begin. We are going to sketch, not color. So for the first thing, I have to keep this camera down. You'll need a sketching pencil kit. Yeah, I took mine out, and if you guys cannot see, I'll make it a little bit more. You'll need one sketching pencil kit. I had it inside a sketching pencil kit. So first you have to take out one HB pencil, and make the body. So we have to do landscape side, it's going to look more better. So first thing you have to do, very lightly make a small circle. Okay, good. Now you have to make a plus little bit crossing the circle like this. Now we have to kind of take a turn over here. So we are starting with a Charmander. So we are gonna draw both of these flaming, the fire flames coming one to another one. So if you see, his face is like this, but we are gonna make its mouth open. So for that we will need to keep it up, not down. So it will go. If you make a mistake, it's okay. You have to erase it at the last. So you can erase. You have to do this, make a line, and my and the other jaw. Okay. If I do too fast, you guys can. If I do too fast, you guys can take a pause and do. So this is how the first thing should look. And now going to the other side, we have to draw its ears. So the ears of the Charmander are gonna look like this. So it has to be coming up. So at the corner of this, we take it up, down, and up, and then we make another line inside it. So it should be looking like this, the ear. Later, stepping forward for the flames, you have to again make the skinny line, which normally dinosaurs also have, and then make its fangs like this. We can make another one like this, and then this. Yeah, so the first one should look like these two. And when the flames comes up, the flame will come out. But first you have to draw the tongue. So the tongue will go down on the fan and come back again up. So make sure you do the tongue kind of slim so that the fire flames can go. So back of the tongue, start making flames coming up until you get a perfect shape. This, make some small lines and then get it back. And then we are going to draw some fire sparkles. Now stepping up ahead to draw the neck. If you see, the neck is very small, so you should make it also small. Now again do that same thing on the top which we did for the upper part, for the fangs and all, for the mouth, and you just draw a skin line coming through the top and through the skinny line. Nice. Now this edge, if you see, of the nose, we have to make a curve. So it will go like this. If you see, you have to curve it, and then its face begins to curve like this and this and this. And if you see, the eyes are not like a C. First you have to make a diagonal line, and then you have to make a square kind of a thing, and then again keep like this, and then make a pupil. Yeah, so that is the eye which you can see over. And the next should be very short. Next comes the part of the wings. So before the wings, we have to make the shoulder. Make a straight line and then curve down. Same thing, make a straight line and a curve down. Both the sides, right and left. Now the wings will first make something like this and then down. So yeah, the wings. And you have to go out and then trace the wing again. So supposed to be. Now do that same thing for the other side, but it's going to be more small because the wings will be getting blocked, some of them, by the radiant Charizard. So you have to make the wings small. Good. Now it's the wings. Now we have to draw the hands. So hands will have claws like something like this with 3 or 4 fingers. So we are gonna take one and then make it again separated like this, and then you take one and then you make a curve, 3 curves, 1, 2, not sufficient to another one, and then make a 3 and connect, and then keep its claws, and then we have to do the same thing for the other side. So it should be looking like this, both of them. Now before, as I told that a Charmeleon is the starting evolution of a Charizard. So sorry, it was my mistake. It is a stage 1. It evolves from a Charmander. So at the starting I was wrong, but now I'm right. We have to make the tail, because the tail is gonna be coming from the shoulders, somewhere back. Tail of the Charmander will have fire. So you first have to make a tail kind of a line, and then at the last you have to draw some fire. And now going forward for the legs. Legs first have to draw a diagonal line, same like it is supposed to be. The legs are going to be back this, and then you have to make a curve again, and then lost kind of stuff. So it should be looking, one should be looking like this, and then later you have this, and then you have to do the same thing. So yeah, this is our Charmander. Sorry, it's a Charmeleon. But still, we have to erase those lines which we made before. So you have to take an eraser and start erasing those lines which you don't need now. It's okay if you by mistakenly erase the eye or erase some part which is necessary. You can just make it again. So the head is not going to be a curve. It's going to be a diagonal line connecting to the nose. And the nose has to again go down and then make a, so it should be looking like this. So if you guys cannot see properly, the Charmeleon is this. So this is the Charmeleon card which I had, and now time to move on the Radiant Charizard. So for the Radiant Charizard, we're gonna make it more aggressive, because if you see, a Radiant Charizard is more rare than a Charmeleon. So we make the Radiant Charizard more aggressive. So first, starting with the mouth. The mouth is going to be kind of big. I'm going to release this much. This. You have to make the skin line and make the fire breath again. You see, the fire flame should be kind of touching each other. So if you see, the Charmeleon's flame is low. So yeah, what we have to do is make a diagonal line back connecting. So it should be looking like this. Now moving back onto the Radiant Charizard. So the mouth should be looking like this, while on the other side the nose is going to look more crazier, because it has two, and the nose will get a bump from here, we'll get a bump back, and then we'll get a bump back. So the nose is going to be like this, and now moving back onto the face. The face will again be like this. Go back. It doesn't look like a Charizard, but it's soon then. You have to again do that. But this time the ear on the Charmeleon which we drew was different. Here the ear is gonna be some long spike. And now you have to draw a proper circle. The line you have to connect the nose. So what you have to do is, from the spike you have to make a circle around this hole until the mouth, and then later connect it with this. So this will help you, because then later you have to draw lines which can really help you to make it in balance. And first we have to start back. Now, so I was talking about the Pikachu which I'm going to make. So I'm going to make the back view of this exactly. I'm going to make a back view without the gift on the top. And then now it's time to reveal the answer. You guys won't believe it. It was a Squirtle, which is a 70 health point, and this is a 60 health point. And both of them are basic. So what we'll do is, down of the wall we make Pikachu, and then we'll make the lightning strips. And then for the up, we'll make the Squirtle with the splashing water. So Pikachu will be just normal, but then the Squirtle will splash water. So let's begin. So now for the Pikachu. Alright guys, comment down on the section which one you guys really want. The front view of the Pikachu or the back view. So right now I'm taking my decision and making it into a front view. But next time whatever you guys comment, which Pokemon I always make in the video, you want up or down, please tell me in this video. So we're gonna first start it like this, and then which is going to be black over here, so you have to shade it. And then it comes and goes like this. Yep, and then this Pikachu, and then we have to draw the face. So make a curve, and again one curve for the face, and then its mouth open with the tongue visible. We have to draw the circle thing which Pikachu has in his cheeks, and time to draw the eyes. So the eyes of the Pikachu like this. Like this. I know my Pikachu looks kind of funny, but yeah, I'll try it better next time. And these hands, one hand just on free, other hand it's going to pass this, so you have to erase one of them. So it was my mistake that I made you guys do this, sorry. So Pikachu is doing this. Now continue our draw Pikachu, and then we have to draw the body, which will come kind of fat. And then we have to draw again those and those here, and then it will go straight like this. Continue that one, and then go back up. So here it is done, but then we forgot the flash things. I don't know what I will call that. I think it's the energy. So you have to make one go like this, and this. Then you have to trace that back. Done. So that is Pikachu. And now we have to draw Squirtle. If you guys really don't mind, yeah, I know most of you guys may be thinking this is a trash card, but why am I drawing? But yeah, sometimes we really have. So now by drawing Squirtle, I am going to draw Squirtle with a water gun. If you see the energy over here, it's written a water gun. So I'm going to draw that. Don't mind if my gun doesn't match it. So the face will be a circle of the Squirtle. Though its ability is that, I'm not sure if you guys won't like the gun. So comment down again if you guys want it or not. If you guys want it, I'll make it and show you. If you guys don't want it, I'll just leave it. But for the people who want it, I'll draw the gun and erase it. You gotta darken the circles up. If you say Squirtles are trash, many people say that, but they are cute normally. But a Bulbasaur is gonna look more better because it's find a friend energy. And now we have to do that same thing. Hands. So till now, if you guys didn't see, the Squirtle is looking like this. And then later we have to draw the tail, which will go like this, and then this. Now time to draw the foot. The foot will be like this, and so this, and again be like this, then it will be like this. And we'll draw water going all the way from here. So yeah, our drawing is done. Charmeleon, Radiant Charizard, Pikachu and Squirtle. But you have one thing left. Shading. So let's begin shading. For that, again you will need your sketching pencil kit. And now switch pencil with 8B the 8B pencil. If you guys don't have a 8B, it's okay, you can use a 7B. If you don't have a 7B, you can use a 4B. So I'm gonna use a 7B, though I have my 8B, because I don't like 8B that much, it's not that comfortable. And then now I'm going to first shade my Radiant Charizard. If you see, I'm only doing the neck because of the shadows. And you can do outside the neck also a little bit of the shadows also. Now for the shadows of Pikachu, I'm not sure does Pikachu will have shadows, but I'm drawing the shadows for the Flash. Do not listen to me. Yeah, you have to shade it like this. And then again going back into the Charmeleon, you have to outline a little bit of the coloring of the ears, and then going back into the Radiant Charizard, you have to keep some darkness near the fangs. Then just when it's reaching the fire is bright, so it's going to be light. Wow, bright light. So yeah, here are the flames. So again the skin line you have to outline it very dark and later again shade it light, but then again shade it dark. And this and this. Good. Radiant Charizard now done. Now going to this mouth, the Charmeleon, it's going to be the same thing, dark, and then color the tongue light, and then when you reach the corner, color it again, and now again color dark, and then again light, and then the Radiant Charizard's fire darkness thing comes here where you shoot out the fire from. But be careful, you have to do the scaly line and then the fire hole very carefully. And then now these both where they meet, it will be kind of shady. Like this. Yep. Now again moving for the Pikachu, you have nothing to do because just you have to make these big things near the cheek, which is also going to be the 7B dark. And now I'm gonna use a 3B. I'm gonna use a 3B pencil for again shading the nearest part of the Charizard. And make sure that you do not color the eye. And this, guys, is the tail. No, don't forget that's another horn. The horn is over here. So you have to do the little more dark with the 3B pencil. so that it can look proper. Now again going back to the flames to shade it. Near the mouth it be kind of light, then it goes little bit dark, then again light. It goes again light. This. And then again the same thing. Light, but then again dark. And then now again light. So yeah, here are the flames. Now you have to make the sparkles. Good. Now we have to color the nose of the radiant Charizard. And then we should always color the wings also. So the outline. Mama, will you please stop disturbing? I do not care. Color it lightly. And then later again dark, then again light. So the same rhythm which we were following in the previous one also. And you have to make a line because that will cross the tail, and be careful for that because the tail is already covered with the fire sparks. And then now for the wings, trace it darkly among the fire breaths, and then trace this, and then again trace the outlining thing but more darker. Then again trace the nose, and then you have to do it very light. And the radiant Charizard's neck. So the bottom of the neck and then the side of the neck will be kind of dark, and then again will be slowly getting light. And then you have to color the tail. Now we have to again color the outlining of the wings. And remember guys, the claws are going to stay white. Please do not color the claws for, I think, both of them. Yeah, for both of them, please do not color the claws. If you guys are coloring instead of sketching, so I'll give you one example reference again for this. And then I'll give you the reference of the radiant Charizard. Please do not mind if some cards are fake. And then if you want this, which is not there, and if you want Pikachu and Squirtle, Pikachu. And if you guys want Squirtle. Now you have to sketch it. And now again you have to trace it dark, though there's no fire flames or anything, but the outline will again mix with the wings which are already in pink color. So you should, that's why make a dark line. And then again for the last jaw, which is kind of covering the body, make a dark line. And then if you see, I made some patch which is kind of white. You have to just color it lightly grey, very lightly. That's it. And then you can start coloring your body. If you want to see the next video, it's a surprise. I already revealed one, the Snorlax VMAX. But if you want to see the second surprise, I'll show you at the end of the video. Okay. Mom just wants everything to go in a hurry. Now again you have to do shading. Good. You should not color the claws of the foot and the hands. Again, wherever the foot and the claws meet, again keep that dark. Then you can continue. Now, if you see, your Radiant Charizard is done with the fire flames. Now we have to move to the Charmeleon. So the Charmeleon will again have fire on its tail. You should do light, dark, light, dark, light. Light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Nice. Now you have to bring the tail all the way down. And color the wings like the same as the Radiant Charizard. First you have to always outline the dark part so the inside part of the wings cannot be ruined. And again you have to keep those wing lines. Then you have to darken some areas. Again, you have to do that for the same, the other side. Darken it up just in case if something is not working. Almost, mama. Okay. So good. A Radiant Charizard and the Charmeleon will almost have the same except for their levels and what do they look like. So we have to do that same thing which we did in the Radiant Charizard, but still I'll show you guys. For the jaws it's going to be different. For the Charmeleon the jaws should be light and then diagonal. It should be actually both. It should be light and diagonal because if you see Charmeleon's Radiant Charizard's jaws are like this, but then the Charmeleon's jaws are kind of like slanted. So you have to make that same thing up until the jaws get finished. And then, yeah, you have to do the same thing, but then the ears are going to be different because the ears were different. So you have to do the inside part very lightly, and then rest of them you have to do same. That the claws should also not be colored, it should be white. The eye should be very lightly colored. So you have to do that same thing now over here. And then got this thing. Nice. Yes, Mama, almost done. You have to draw the pentagon shape again at the middle, darken it up, and then the rest of the things. So good. We are done with the Radiant Charizard and the Charmeleon. We still have the Pikachu and the Squirtle to go. So for the Squirtle, you will again switch pencils with a edge pencil. And now for the water, you have to make it dark, the fire flames and all, and then make the water light as you can, and then make it slanting so that it looks like it's actually flowing. And then the feet of it, and the tail should be also light because it's light blue, and the hands should be also light. Nice. This area should be remaining as white because it will have a shell kind of a protection. It looks like this, not clearly as white, so we have to like draw some dark lines and a little bit of shading. And again the face, you have to draw the mouth and darken the mouth up, and then for the tongue little bit more dark. So we are done with the Squirtle. Now the last one left, Pikachu. So you have to do this. And then you have to again make the Pikachu. Shade it. You have to shade the Pikachu very lightly because it's yellow. And it should be more lighter than the Squirtle. So guys, we are done with Squirtle, Radiant Charizard, Charmeleon, and then the Pikachu. So our last thing left to do, write Pokemon. So as it's written over here like this, we are gonna do that same thing. So first we start by making a circle. Start by making a circle and then keep, it should be a proper circle, and then keep like this, and then you have to again one circle inside a circle, and then this is black, so it will remain like that only, and then it will have some light shading, and then this will again continue like this, and then there is going to be one white, and you have to shade little bit dark because it's red, the top side, and then the bottom side is kind of grey, so you have to slowly do it and lightly. Good. And you have to write Pokemon. So we'll write the same exact way how it's written. P O K P O K E and then one triangle kind of stuff at the top, and M O N. So guys, we wrote Pokemon and my signature. Yes, Mama, done. Now guys, we are done with this drawing. Radiant Charizard, Charmeleon, Pikachu, Squirtle, Pokemon, and my signature. Now let me guys reveal the next video's main characters. Like this video's main characters were Charmeleon and Radiant Charizard. So every time I'll in the middle of the drawing, I'll always tell two new Pokemons which we are going to add in the drawing. So the first main is our Snorlax VMAX, which is a 340, and the Skeletor's EX, which is also a 340. So thank you, and please subscribe, like, share.